Alright, hello, welcome to today's update. Um, Today I was mainly working on two different animations for Wolf. I was going to work on a few character ideas, but I'm drawing a little bit of a blank, so I'm just going to start working on animations now. These are kind of first passes at it. I'm using Krita, which is kind of a free open source version of Photoshop with a pretty good animation tool here. So this is my run animation for Wolf. There's 4 frames right now. This is idle. Um, I'm not exactly happy with. I don't think I'm super happy with the timing of this yet, but I think it. I mean, it works. Um, you know, it works. It looks decent. Probably room to be improved, but yeah, I took a lot of inspirations from BlazBlue with. So I was actually thinking about the ways in which these characters should be running and moving, and I definitely took a lot of inspiration from BlazBlue. Look up some real world example. You can see me looking at people running wolf hunting a rabbit here. This is Hibiki from BlazBlue. This is for idle poses. So I did 2 animations. This is the run animation, and I did the idle animation, um, which is like this. Currently it's pretty slow. It's 4 frames at 3 frames per second. Any faster, it feels like it's too much movement for that much little time. Um, I think this works fine. I might actually tone this down a little bit. Make this um, currently it's 3 frames per second or three FPS, right? So I might make the motion less and make the cycle better. So I was looking at other games like BlazBlue. They have 9, I think. 9, yeah, they have nine animations for the item. I'm not exactly sure what the frame per second is. It doesn't seem too fast. I think it's probably like 12 frames per second. Um, so each sort of cycle is around like 1 second, like less than 1 second. But right now I want this one to be like a little bit, yeah. I think this like slow pace of up and down is good for me. Um, yeah, so I actually toyed around with importing this into Unreal since that was done. So these are my sprites right here, and I have ran into a little bit of problems trying to make a different character. Because I have this BP dude here that everything depends on, and there's a lot of functions inside here that other blueprints and other components and actors also depend on. So I didn't want to. So I was trying to make an interface, and that didn't really work. And I ended up just making a subclass. Let's see if I can look at BP Wolf here. And on the side here, so the thing I don't exactly like is that what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna override functions when I need to. So override functions like event take, checking moves, and stuff like that. So there's this base character that's functional, and then this character is gonna start overriding stuff that I don't want or that is character specific for this character. The thing I don't like about the overriding system is that I'm forced to have the overridden event on this event graph, and I can't put it somewhere else. So I've just added another function that just like basically just calls so the over when it's overridden, it just calls this function that exists in the subclass, and then it just does the whole animation stuff. So hopefully the event graph is going to be pretty clean with just kind of these little functions, or the overridden function calling a class function, and then it will call the actual function that I need. So um, I ran into a little bit of problems because let's see. Well, it's faster to just show you. Okay, so these characters are now in the game. Let's see, which is pretty slick. I think this is running at a slower FPS than 60. Yeah, it's running at around 50. So, but anyways, so my idea is that I'm just gonna start putting animations into the game in this kind of form, very rough, very until I have everything planned out. Then I'll start iteratively improving each step. So currently, because the sprite is like 500 pixels, it's so much bigger than the BP dude, or the original dude that was at, which is like 16 pixels tall. I rescaled the sprite here to be tiny. So it's like 0.08 instead of 1. But that also means that my other animation is gonna look like So I just have a tiny dude running around if I do anything else other than standing right now. So I don't have anything else going on right now other than this idle animation. I will probably put in the run animation tomorrow and try to get maybe one attack in, but I'm just kind of going at it slowly. So yeah, it's been really nice actually because there is this sprite sheet exporter. Let's see if I can show you guys. There's script, and then so there's a plugin I can make, or I added, and that lets me export stuff as sprite sheets. And then if I go here, it just exports it as sprite sheets for me if it actually opens. Yeah, so makes things super easy for me. I just have to calculate exactly what size my canvas is and import that as grid in, which is great. Let's see, and yeah, no, this is awesome. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep all the animations super rough at this point. I don't see, cause I mean I'm gonna get right, so it's like my skill level is gonna change when this thing ends, and I think it's definitely gonna be worth trying to get the basics down first, and then iterating on it, improving it, and then until I think it's worth kind of the polish eventually. I kind of like this style where it's like very simplified and stuff actually. So I like how like sketchy stuff. But yeah, I did also a little bit of combat design. I'm trying to think about exactly what Wolfskit's gonna be. Definitely a very strong rushdown character with a lot of tools to get in. Probably gonna be like a counter hit monster that just destroys you once you get to good read. So should be fun. I think Wolf is definitely gonna be the first characters to kind of be like complete. Just because his concept is rather straightforward and there's less for me to develop compared to some of the other characters I'm thinking about right now. His kit is also going to be rather straightforward. Nothing really tricky, right? It's just kind of like a rushdown Unga Bunga character. So, yeah. That update today, pretty exciting to start animating stuff. I actually like layers are actually pretty useful. This tool in terms of making sure the weapons and making sure everything, like just looking at things one by one. So currently I have, let's see, I have this base layer that is just a figure. If I can find my mouse, where is my mouse? There it is. So I have just one layer that's just the base layer of the character, and then I have my blades, and then I have my cape and my head. I did the same thing for my idle animation. So just the body, if I can do this very quickly. Right, just the body here, and then the blades, and then the hat and the cape. I want this animation to be like a very slow breathing. I don't want it to be like super excessive movement, so you shouldn't see the legs moving too much. But it seems like he's like still straightening up like maybe a little bit too much for exactly what I want. So I'm not sure. It was fine when I was animating it, but I think when I was like actually going through it, it was actually quite like it started to be quite like a big jump. So this was like a little small. So I started with this frame and then this frame, and then I did them in betweens. So I don't know. That everything's work in progress. You know, that's kind of the great thing about keeping things very rough. So I can change things very easily, and I'm not too committed to exactly one design or animation. So yeah, that's the update for today. So see you guys tomorrow.